Please subscribe to our channel, Pacific Front Untold, and be sure to leave a comment after watching a video.
In the chaos of war, the line between healer and executioner can blur in horrifying ways. Among the many cases reviewed during the Yokohama Class B and C war crimes trials, one name stands out. Not for sheer brutality, but for the haunting contradiction between medical ambition and human suffering. Dr. Hisakichi Tokuda. A talented Japanese physician, Tokuda was admired by some for his intellect, but ultimately condemned for his unethical human experimentation on Allied prisoners of war. This is a story not only of war crimes, but how ambition unchecked by ethics becomes dangerous. Giuseppe Pirelli, an Italian naval captain held prisoner at Shinagawa Hospital from December 43, stated within his testimony that, quote, toward the end of the war, Tokuda took direct charge of the special section of the, so to say, chronic patients suffering from tuberculosis, beriberi, etc., and made some experiments on the patients. Williamson also continued to testify that Dawson was a patient in Barracks No. 5. He was paralyzed from the waist down due to a head injury. Tokuda treated him with vitamin tablets orally. The witness, Williamson, further stated, and then on the 11th of August, 45, again, at 11 o'clock in the morning, I was called to the office and told to get the soybean milk, which I did, from the kitchen, and told to take a cup to the office. I took it to him, went down to the operating theater. The injection was made up again. I didn't know who it was for, and went over to the ward, and he said, Dawson. Tokuda then gave Dawson an injection of soybean milk intravenously. During this time, Dawson objected very strongly to this injection. Tokuda told him he was a baby, and the medicine would do him a lot of good. Just prior to the time he received this injection, Dawson was in a good bodily condition and quite happy. By about 1 p.m. on the 11th of August, 1945, Williamson states, I noticed Dawson's legs were moving. They had never done so before. I asked him if he felt anything. He said all he felt was a headache. His lower part of his body, that was paralyzed, was now moving. His nerves were twitching, his stomach muscles were moving. Anybody else could see them all working. I told the boys to stay with him until I went out to get the Japanese medical orderly, and he wasn't around. Then I went back. Dawson was in a coma, and he lasted in that coma until about 8:30 that night. It was half an hour after roll call, at 8 o'clock. I had finished making my report on the ward at roll call, and when I went into the room, Dawson's respiration were coming 4 per minute, and he died about 8:30 o'clock. He never regained consciousness. From the testimonies of the Yokohama Class B-C trials, it seems as though Dawson was the last one in the Shinagawa Hospital to be given this injection of soybean milk. When Dawson entered the Barracks No. 5, he was in good physical condition from the waist up. But, as of the 11th of August, that didn't matter. According to Commander H.L. Cleve, a former prisoner at Shinagawa Hospital, from May 1944, he stated within his testimony, quote, he injected intravenously ordinary soybean milk, made in our cookhouse, into Saxida, an engineer lieutenant, Royal Italian Navy, who, according to his death certificate, had died according to cirrhosis of liver. Holland W. Seaman, British Merchant Marine, according to his death certificate, had died of cancer of the stomach. Hampson T. Corporal, according to his death certificate, died of advanced pulmonary tuberculosis. The causes of death were accurately known from the findings of autopsy, but the soybean milk injections were not attributed to their deaths at the time. The effects of these injections, according to the Yokohama case trials, were seen to be as terrible. Patients became shocked and had subnormal temperatures. They became incontinent and had severe internal colic, and all felt very ill. Holland and Hampson had only 1 injection each, but Saxida had 3 injections. The last of Saxida's injection was given into the jugular vein, thus causing him to go into a coma with severe and repeated vomiting, which lasted up until his death about 48 hours later. Chief Radioman David Goodman, a patient also at the Shinagawa Hospital from 1944 to August 1945, stated that he knew the prisoners named Holland and Saxida. Tokuda started off by giving them vitamin shots. He then changed and began injections of soy milk intravenously, near the elbow. Holland got 1, and Saxida got 2, according to what Chief Radioman David Goodman remembers. He remembers that both men died. Tokuda's obsession with treating tuberculosis and paralysis led him down a dark path. He injected patients with sulphur mixed with castor oil, causing excruciating fever and pain. One prisoner recalled, quote, "It drove me out of my head. I couldn't bend my legs. I received 20 to 30 spinal injections of vitamins. They had no effect, except psychologically." Tokuda also experimented with a compound called caprylic acid. It's a chemical relative of treatments used for leprosy. He theorized it could be used to treat tuberculosis. Without consent, he selected 6 of the healthiest prisoners and began intravenous injections 3 times a week. The result? Fevers, vomiting, and chest constriction. In one case, he mixed caprylic acid with bile extracted from other patients, centrifuged and boiled. Witnesses described these injections as pointless, painful, and sometimes even potentially deadly. Dr. Gottlieb stated, "The Japanese medical commandant, Dr. Tokuda, on numerous occasions struck patients because they were not quick enough to salute him. The medical commandant, a young, inexperienced doctor, took it upon himself to engage in the most vicious type of experimentation, not based on any medical logic or previous experience, and caused many of our patients innumerable instances of physical suffering. In the first place, he instituted a regime of giving intraspinal injections of vitamin B in large doses, and when he started experimenting, he used nicotinic acid. He also gave acetylcholine intraspinally, a most dangerous drug. Also, vitamin C and riboflavin. Pure, cruel experimentation. About 25 men were in his experimental group, and at least 75% of them developed terrific headaches, vomiting, stiffness of the neck, fever, and then some of them were tapped. Subsequently, cloudy spinal fluid was obtained, signifying the presence of meningitis. Many of the men also experienced severe excruciating pain along the spinal nerve." For more information about human experimentation during World War II, be sure to go to www.pacificatrocities.org. Be sure to like and subscribe, and catch the next video to follow up on this subject. Thank you.